Welcome in, Bucky. How are you doing this evening? Welcome in, Dan. Happy Tuesday. I am doing all right. Thank you for asking. We are just getting everything situated here. I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can pin something to the bottom here real quick before we get started. I'm going to be working on this cover. It's a commission that I've picked up locally that I'm going to work on during tonight's stream. So this commission will already be spoken for, but if anyone is so inclined, I have just pinned a Battle Beast sketch card here to the bottom in case anybody's interested in that. I'll leave that right up here. Otherwise, if you see anything else in the bin that you're interested in, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to bring it into the stream. You can take a peek at it, get a little closer look, that kind of a thing. But with that being said, I'm going to just go ahead and start inking away on this piece. I'm hoping I did the pencil sketch yesterday. So I figured for tonight's stream, I'm going to lay down some ink, clean up the pencils, add some color. We'll try to get a lot of that done this evening. Not sure how long I'll stream for, as is usually the case when I come on here, but we're just going to have fun. All right. I will try to keep an eye on the chat at any point. Feel free if you have questions, comments. Like I said, if there's anything that you want to see in my shop area that I can bring into the chat, let me know. And as always, thank you all for tuning in, stopping by, passing through, whatever you may be doing this evening. I appreciate you hanging out for a few minutes. And I hope your week is going well so far. Typically what I do when I start going over my pencils like this is I'm not gonna, you can see a little more definition already in the pencils themselves. I'm not going to replicate every line in ink just yet because I'm still going to come in here and add some marker, and then, well, I'm going to erase some pencils first, and then I'll come in and I'll add some marker. And then at the very end, I'll come back over and add a little more line work, pen work on top of that. Hey, thanks for sharing the stream, Dan. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good evening so far. I do have commission options available in the bin as well. The ones in the bin are sort of connected to some of the blank covers that you can purchase through my shop. But if you have any questions or if you have anything of your own, let me know. We can chat about that and figure out the logistics of doing commission work if you are so inclined. Welcome in, Michelle. Shouldn't you be bowling? Hey, just chilling, says Dan. Very good. It's a good evening for that. And I appreciate you hanging out at the drawing table with me. Hopefully the stream holds up this evening. I was having some issues with technology before we started. So in the unlikely event that the stream happens to crash out on us, that's probably why. Hi from the Gutter Girls. All right, everybody say hi to the Gutter Girls. It's my wife and mother-in-law. They are at the bowling alley right now. And apparently they are tuning into the chat, into the show from there. Well, I hope you all have a good time at the alley there. Hope you guys bowl some turkeys and some strikes and no gutters and insert other bowling terminology as needed. Hey, welcome in, John. Thank you for sharing the stream. How are you doing this evening? Good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. So I'm going to add some ink lines to start. Then I'm going to clean up my pencils. I'm going to add in some color, some markers, some all that fun stuff. And then we'll come back over and we'll refine some of these pen marks, and I'll work in the speech bubble and everything probably at the very end. We'll see how much we can get done on stream. Here you go. You got the behind the scenes on your cover here, John. Appreciate the commission. We're going to work on this. Typically, I kind of wing my streams a little bit. I kind of play them by ear. I tend to kind of go for about between 1 and 2 hours as the mood strikes me. But whatever I don't finish on camera, of course, I'll finish up off show, and I'll probably I may do some additional video with it. Who knows? It's all kind of a crapshoot sometimes. Not a crapshoot as to get the work done, but how I document it along the way. Okay. So I'm going to lightly erase some of the marks. I still want to be able to see a little bit of them just to not get lost in what I'm doing here, but I also want to start to tidy it up a bit so there's not too many stray pencil marks. I typically, I don't mind leaving some pencil marks in just because I feel like they give pieces a little extra character, but everything in moderation, you know, try to tidy up a little bit. Especially some of the broader kind of initial lines that go in, they're usually the loosest, and they kind of sometimes they don't fit into the final piece as well. But we're gonna actually, I wanna remember that his arm positioning was getting away from me a little bit on this, but welcome in, welcome in. I see some folks entering the chat. Welcome, appreciate you stopping by, watching a little bit of the stream. Working on John's commission here. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute. So this piece is spoken for, but I do have the sketch card here pinned to the bottom of the show. If anybody is interested, if anybody would like their own Battle Beast, we do have that available this evening. I also have some other items floating around the bin. Feel free to take a look. If there's anything you have questions about, anything you want to see closer up, just give me a shout. Let me know. I can bring it into the chat. So, John, what are you up to exciting this week? How's the world treating you? Okay. Too soon to tell, huh? I hear you. I hear you. Well, I hope everything goes well. Okay. And if anybody happens to be watching over on YouTube, thanks so much. I am simulcasting there as well through my YouTube channel. However, I will go ahead and warn you that the bulk of my interaction during the live shows takes place over on Whatnot. So if you've got any suggestions, any questions, if you want a chance to pick up some artwork, be sure to hit that QR code in the upper right of the YouTube screen and come on over. If you don't yet have an account on Whatnot, you can use that link in the QR code to create an account. And if you do that, Whatnot will give you some free money to spend. Which, not saying you could need to use it on my stream, but that's an option. You could put that towards some art, or you could put it towards something else. There's lots of cool shows and streamers and lots of cool things happening here on Whatnot. I tend to like coming in with grays first, and then I'll come back through and hit it with some additional color, especially with somebody like Battle Beast, who's got a lot of white fur. I try to be careful how much color I actually add into it. But you always have opportunities for blood spatters or light reflecting into the fur, different things like that. Welcome in, Big Zuna. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate the comments there. So John was giving you a heads up on this particular one, or? This was a fun concept. I liked coming up with some ideas for this one and piecing it together. Battle Beast is a fun character to draw, that's for sure. Oh, nice. Very cool. Well, I'm glad you're able to come by and watch some of it come together here. And there's so many Johns too, because John at Berserk was telling me about you. I guess you do some streaming, or you did he say you're up in Jacksonville, or where are you located? But you stream on Whatnot here. Roscoe made your logo, right? One of us down here, not one of us, one of the artists in the area made your Whatnot logo. Is that correct? Not Roscoe. Cool as heck. Sorry, my brain. When I am trying to stream and talk, my brain sometimes doesn't agree with me. Cool did it. Yep. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Cool's doing some neat stuff. I know he was pretty active in the Discord, and he was doing a lot of, like in June, he was doing a lot of themed drawings that month with different heroes. So very cool. I'll have to try to catch your streams one day. I have to be careful if I watch too many streams on Whatnot, though. I tend to be a little bit of a impulsive bidder. If my wife is still on the stream, you didn't hear that. But it's also fun when you win the giveaways. That one's not bad. Oh, cool! A new Marvel collection. Very nice. What types of books are in the collection? Oh, nice. Sounds like a cool collection you picked up. 90s, I think you said X-Men, X Factor, Old Werewolf by Night. Sounds like a good batch of books there. Yeah, keep in touch. Let me know when those books arrive, and we'll see what we can do for you. Depending on what you have in mind, we can try to work something out, depending on deadlines and things like that. I do have 3 other commissions after I finish this one that I have to get started on as well. Thankfully, I've got a few in the hopper here, so keep me busy until then. Hey, Marcus, welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the kind words. You guys, if you're not following him already, be sure to give Marcus there a follow. He has begun streaming on Whatnot and does sketch covers, sketch cards, different things like that. Sorry, I'm looking for a marker as I try to find my words, but be sure to give him a follow. He does some good shows. You're still doing Wednesdays at 10:30? Is that your schedule for now, Marcus? Oh, so those are new blanks that you're waiting on. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Very cool. Oh, that marker. That marker is dry. I'm not going to do that one. So in October, so if around that time frame in November, the second PalmCon, they're going to hold that at the Mid Florida Event Center. So I'm going to be there also with artwork and sketch covers and things like that. So mark your calendars and If those books are out, or if you're just in the area, feel free to come on by. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Marcus. Everybody, Marcus just put his Whatnot link there in the chat. So be sure to check out his work. Plus, he does this cool thing where not only do you get to watch him draw, but he's very much an art educator. And so he gives a lot of good tips and advice and his expertise and all that fun stuff. Well worth the watch. Marcus, are you teaching at the college this year? When does that start up? Or are you doing summer or anything? Oh, you did summer A. Okay. 4 classes in the fall. Good for you. Very cool. Well, I hope everything goes well there. What types of classes are you doing? Transformers 25. They're doing an Autobot and Decepticon-like variants. Optimus Prime and Megatron. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Cool. Illustrator, illustration, digital presentation. Is all of that at the main campus in Fort Pierce, or are you doing anything at other locations? Maine. Good for you. Marcus, did you know? Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm liking how it's coming out so far. Marcus, did you know Sarah Maloney back from LPA at all? I know she teaches out at the college. I didn't know if you had crossed paths with her or worked with her at all. Remember having her mom as my English teacher way back in high school. Many, many moons ago. By the way, it's my scrap piece off to the side here where I check my markers before I get them back to the cover here. Oh, nice. Okay, small. I know it's a small world for sure. Um, yeah, no, she's super cool. It was always neat running into her and working with her out at the college when I was there. My wife and I would run into her at basketball games and stuff too every once in a while. Huh. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that ship has sailed. They had a we had a good group out there. I know that. It was and I enjoyed it. It was a fun place to be for sure. But oh well. I mean, it looks like they've started to restaff some of that, or at least restaff a different division. I see they have a different PIO in there now, and looks like some web content folks and things. I know Jimmy was still there. I don't know if he's still there or not, but the photographer, he worked with us. He was part of our team when we were there. But I know he was still there last I heard. Yeah. I feel like I still see his name periodically and stuff, so I figured he was still there. Okay. Let's see. All right, coffee break for a moment while I think over my next move here. Well, on the plus side, the stream hasn't conked out yet, so that's always good. I was having some technical issues at the start, and so I was just warning folks early on that if the stream popped out, I felt like there was a chance early on that might have happened, but I think we might be okay now. Got to remember he's got finger slits in his gloves, so let's just mark those. Let's mark those on Mark. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more to his gloves here. And here as well. I have to make sure I put the guides in for myself. Otherwise, when I start putting this color down, I'll likely go past where I need to. So, Marcus, do you know what you're working on in your show tomorrow night? And, side question, are you planning on incorporating any whatnot stuff into your college classes this year? Ah, Fantastic Four cover. I like it. Oh yeah, you said that last week, I think, didn't you? You announced it on your show. I feel like as soon as you said that, I heard you. I feel like this is. If this glove were intact, I feel like the yellow would have stopped about here, but for purposes of this piece, I'm just going to keep it like that. Felt like it would have gotten too visually confusing if I tried to actually break that up into his actual color scheme. Pull up for which character? Which of the Fantastic Four? Got to go with the Thing, right? I feel like Mr. Ben Grimm is sort of the. I don't know. I always have fun drawing Ben. Um, it's just that rocky texture and everything I always get a kick out of. But whichever one you choose, it's going to be awesome. All right. So we left some of those pencil marks in just to give it a little bit of that kind of grit and feel. But now I am going to wipe away a few of the excess here. And let's see. By the way, if you do watch Marcus's stream tomorrow night, he's also much better at constantly talking while drawing. Me, it comes in spurts. I have moments where I'm able to really get a little chatty, and then there's other times where I just have to try and focus on what we got going on here. Yes, this is a commission. Yep. So Marcus, yes, I picked this one up offline, and I'm just working on it through the show here. John was also in the stream. I don't know if he's still watching, but this is a commission for John. I do have the sketch card available at the pinned at the bottom of the stream, in case anyone is interested in that, because that is still available. As far as Superman, I loved it. I thought it was really good. There's always things that after you think about it more and more, you could probably go back and nitpick. But I thought it was a really solid movie. I like the characters. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I don't know who in the audience has not seen it yet, so I don't want to spoil anything. Welcome in, Matt. How are you? Welcome in anybody who I might have missed. But I will say what I will say, I was pretty impressed. I was impressed by a lot of it. But the fact that James Gunn just put so much into the movie. I mean, there's a lot of comic book goodness going on, and a lot of comic book ideas going on that in a normal film scenario, you would probably spend a good chunk of a movie trying to explain, or at least you would spend whole other movies trying to explain. This movie, he just said, hey, this is a comic book, you're going for the ride, and let's do it. And I'm a comic book nerd. I got it all. I understood it. I loved it. But even like my daughter was there with me watching the movie, and she doesn't have the same comics background that I do, and she had a fun time too. I mean, she enjoyed it. She might have had a few questions afterwards, but for the most part, it didn't hinder her enjoyment of the film at all. What about you? What'd you think? And anybody else in the chat, have you seen Superman? What did you think? Please, no spoilers in the chat. I don't know who's seen it, who's not, but thoughts, feelings, reactions. I still want to go see Jurassic World, though, because I haven't seen that one yet. B+ from Marcus. That's a pretty solid grade. I like that. Movies like that are always interesting because in the moment, as I'm walking out of the theater, I felt it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed seeing it in the theater with the audience, and I still enjoy it. But as you take more time to really think about it, there are you have nitpicks, you have gripes, you have little things that you might have done differently. But I would see it again. I can't wait to see what else they do in that universe. All right, we are moving right along here, slowly but surely. Hey, thanks for sharing the stream there, Marcus. I appreciate that. Welcome in, Nathan. Welcome in, TX Gator, who I hear you I hear you're leaving us, man. What the heck's going on? But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. I need the details. What you got going on, sir? Promotion, and you'll be well. It's always good to be closer to family. I gotta say that, and the promotion is good too, man. Good for you. Congratulations. When do you head out? Saturday afternoon. Wow. Am I going full time at the shop? No, unfortunately, I have a full time job that I can't. That I have. I have a full time job right now. I'm gonna probably continue with the Saturday shift because that's really about all that I can offer for the time being. But hopefully, well, I mean, I'm just hearing about all of this right now, so I don't know what John has planned. I don't know what's going to go on at the shop there, but I know he did just adjust his hours a little bit at the shop. So, um, yeah, we'll see there. So for the time being, you can find me there on Saturdays. I went a little, not quite overboard, but Prime Day was last week, so I may have bought some items that would allow me to set up at different shows and events in the area. I want to try to do some different markets and things like that, like the market that Tradition does on Sundays, places like that. I'd like to get out and do some of that stuff. So we got that stuff coming up as well. No, 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 no. I am not taking over Mondays. My boss would not like that or approve that. Well, we're gonna miss you around here, man. But congratulations. That sounds like it's a great opportunity for you. Think you'll still make it to MegaCon in February? It is still in February, right? Well, they're doing reduced tickets right now, promotion for the show. I know. I'm actually. I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. What I would like to do is do the multi-day pass again and actually go stay up there, but I don't know. We'll have to see if that's a possibility or not. But regardless, though, we'll keep in touch, and hopefully we'll see you up there. So you said closer to family. Did you say you're moving back to Texas? Are you moving back to Texas? What's the game plan exactly? And what part, if so, like where? Oh, Oklahoma. Nice. Well, good for you, sir. That nib is looking a little funky. Let's see what else we got here. Welcome in, everybody. If there's anybody who has just popped in who I have missed in the chat, welcome in. I appreciate you all tuning in and hanging out for a little bit. Working on this Battle Beast commission. We also have a Battle Beast sketch card pinned to the show and available here tonight. I have some other items in the bin. Feel free to take a peek to get a sense of like the type of work I do. If there's anything there that you would like to see up close, let me know. I can bring it into the chat or bring it into the show. Everybody be sure and wish TX Gator well. He has just gotten a promotion and is getting ready to move to Oklahoma. Congratulations, Jared. All right, so Superman has been out. We've got Fantastic Four on the horizon. What is everyone most excited to see next? Is there anything coming up that you are really, really looking forward to? For me, I would say Fantastic Four is a big one. I am looking forward to that, although I will admit I'm kind of nervous just because I'm going in with really high expectations and really high excitement level too because of all the trailers and things, and just because I am a big MCU fan. Um, so I'm a little worried that I might be going in with too high of expectations and excitement level. I think that was part of the reason I left Superman feeling so good about it is because I honestly didn't really know what to expect out of that one. I was looking forward to it. I wanted to see it, but I wasn't. I didn't have the same level of um, anticipation, I guess. So. Welcome in, Kale. Welcome in, Justin. Welcome in, anyone who I might have missed. I appreciate y'all stopping by. All right. Sorry, Mark, but we got to add some battle damage now to you. Welcome in Infinite Comics. How are you doing this evening? So, John, I don't know if you were planning on coming into the shop on Saturday, but I feel like I should probably have this ready for you by then. If anything drastically changes, I will update you, but I think I should have this ready for you if you are around. If you're not, that's fine too. Just let me know. We will work out the logistics. Welcome in, Absolute. Cool. Yeah, let's plan on that. I feel like even if I don't finish it on the stream tonight, I should definitely feel like I'm in pretty good shape on this. I should have it wrapped up before Saturday. So I will aim for that, and I'll have it with me at the shop. And if anything changes, I'll be sure to let you know. Welcome in, Cody. How are you doing? By the way, welcome to anyone who might be watching over on YouTube. Looks like we don't have a large audience over there at the moment, but appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out for a little bit. If you are over on YouTube, I just always like to reiterate that the bulk of my interaction is going to take place on Whatnot during the live stream. So if you want to really hang out and chat with some of the other folks in the audience, if you want a chance at purchasing some original art, I invite you to follow that QR code in the upper right corner and come on over. Oh, I'm just looking back at some of the answers here. I see, Marcus, you said Tron. Tron Ares? Is that the full name of that movie? I knew there was a Tron movie coming out, but I wasn't familiar with the full name. I saw a trailer for that a while back. I never saw the most recent Tron movie. I hate to admit. I think that was the one that Digital Domain worked on when they were still around here. I'm really excited for the Odyssey. Um, that was always, I read that when I was in high school, and it's classic. I mean, I always loved that whole epic adventure, and the cast is pretty impressive who he's got lined up there. So I'm looking forward to that one. Hey Timbos, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. This is the time of the show when I end up with lots of markers just floating around my work area here. So now I got to kind of straighten up a little bit. What's happening where you're at, Timbos? Welcome in, Legion. Is that you, Ian? Thank you for stopping by, tuning in. Thanks, I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Are you streaming on Whatnot yet? If you are, let me know. I got to give you a shout out. Actually, I also got to start following you if you are. I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it. There's actually a really cool community of artists throughout Whatnot. So even if you don't do your own streaming yet, I encourage you to kind of explore and follow some of the different artists who are on here, because there are some really interesting shows. A lot of talented folks out here. Okay, I think I'm going to try to wrap up Mark's portion of this at least, so then I can fully return to Battle Beast here. And so what I want to do is welcome in, D. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, no problem. And you know, I sort of started looking at Whatnot as being a good option for if I'm working on pieces anyhow. I can go ahead and stream and, you know, at least get the work done that I need to do anyway. And if I sell a piece or two along the way, then that's icing on the cake. I would say if you do consider starting to stream, I would encourage you to really plan it out so that you can be sure to stream some during that first week you sign up. Um, Actually, I don't know if they still do it. When I first started my streaming account for Whatnot, my seller account for Whatnot, they had this benefit where for the first week or the first handful of shows, however they um, set it up, they were going to basically push you in front of extra eyes just to try to get you started. And I think there was even, I don't know if they still do this, but there was also they would match certain amounts that you actually made if you sold anything during those first few shows. Um, Look into that. If they still do that, I would say just make sure that if you decide to start doing this, that you can really put in some time and energy for that first week at least. I mean, you want to do more than that, but make sure you get some time and energy in during that first week to really take advantage of some of those benefits and those perks that they offer, if they still offer them. Because I know my own self, my own habits, I would normally have probably just created the account and then taken my time getting everything on the back end kind of squared away and set up. But when I saw some of those items, I really made sure that I had some shows for that first week to take advantage of it. Welcome in, Tater. How the heck are you? Yeah, it's been a little while since I actually created my seller account, though, so I don't know what they still offer. So um, just be sure to keep an eye out, and yeah, good luck. They might even offer you better incentives now. Who knows? Welcome in, Matthew. Welcome in, anyone who I may have missed. Appreciate everybody tuning in, passing through, hanging out. Be sure to, I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but be sure and follow Marcus. He's streaming tomorrow night. He's streaming on Wednesdays, but he is doing some incredible work over there on his channel. Marcus G, if you're still in the chat, go ahead and throw your link out one more time in case there's anybody who came in late and didn't get it the first time. And if we have any other streamers in the audience tonight, go ahead and share your links out to your own shows. Ian, what kind of cool stuff are you working on these days? Got any new commissions or anything in the pipeline? Thanks, John. Figure you can't do a battle beast and not have some blood spatter, right? It's not quite Ryan Otley blood spatter, but it'll do. Nice. What types of things are you working on for Jerry? Are they horror themed or something else? Very cool. Well, I can't wait to see how those come out. Have fun. I'll just stretch my legs a minute, but give you a closer look here. Hey, yeah, I love going back over some of the colors and things with cross hatching and thicker lines and things like that, just to kind of go and reinforce it after the fact. All right, I think let's come on over here for a little bit. Actually, no, I think I will. I'll keep on going, at least with this fist. I don't know that I have a little bit more I want to do the fist, but we'll go ahead and do some of these outlines here. Don't mind me. I'm at the point in the show and the point in the art where I start to ramble. If you watch enough of my shows, you'll notice certain milestones that are hallmarks of my shows. There's the point where I end up with too many markers crowding my field, my whole work area. There's usually the part where I lose markers and can't find them. There's the part where I really start to ramble. And then there's a part where I usually start to quote like Fraser and Niles Crane. Welcome in, Celestial. Welcome to the party. Appreciate you stopping in. There's Marcus back with his link. Thank you, sir. Be sure and give him a follow if you have not already done so. Try to give some impression of a lower torso here because it felt kind of weird the way I had just ended it. And originally I was thinking, and I might still, you know, kind of do a little bit of the smoky kind of montage, but at least we'll give him a little bit of torso there. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Throw a little bit of yellow onto Battle Beast here. Just feels like we'd have a little bit of that kind of coming around. And then what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to deviate from what I was saying earlier in that I usually go over at the end with some additional lines, but I think I want to go ahead and reinforce some of these lines now. And then I'll still hit old Battle Beast here with a little bit of color on after I finish this up. Not sure if I'll do too much more marker. I think I might just do some line work on him, but we might still come back and hit this with a little bit of color. I might come in with some pencil, too, some colored pencil too. But I want to start getting some of his hair really going. Welcome in, Velios. How are you doing? Looking at about 9:30. I will probably, depending on where I'm at with this, I'll probably start to wind down around 10. And then whatever is left, I will finish off stream. Welcome in, Frank. How are you doing? Welcome in, B Cups. How are you doing tonight? Welcome in, Nick. Welcome in, Dog. Hope everybody's having a good evening so far. Appreciate you tuning in for a few minutes. Hey, Loon. So I just added a little bit of yellow for highlight on that side. I'm going to just hit it with a tiny bit of blue over here. Hey, thanks, Marcus. Appreciate that. Appreciate you hanging out, too. What else do you have going on exciting this week? What are you working on at the moment? Are you working on any projects while you hang out? Working on X-Men and a Buffy cover? Nice. Who are you drawing on the X-Men cover? Wolverine. Probably should have known. Nice. Is there a particular era of Wolverine that you prefer? Well, here's my pup. That means someone's home. Either Michelle or Nora. All right, I think I am starting to wind down. I'm going to add a little bit of blood spatter to his fur here. But then we're going to start to probably close up shop here momentarily. And then I'll finish up whichever else is left, I'll finish up off stream. Spider-Man Todd McFarlane. Nice. I wonder what Battle Beast uses to clean his fur after he gets so much blood and entrails and things on them. Time of night when I'm dropping things here. Welcome in, Psycho. Welcome in, Card. How is everyone doing? All right, I think this is where we're going to call it for the evening. I got a little bit still left to do, but I'll do it off show. Otherwise, I think we're in pretty good shape. John, not sure if you're still in the show, but here is where we stand currently. I will finish this up and have it ready for you by Saturday. All right, everybody. I am calling it a night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow Marcus. He's got a show tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You won't regret it. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Thank you, Marcus. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. And thanks, everybody else. All right. Good night, y'all.